Okay, let's continue then. Um, okay, so the only thing that you have to remember is when you are using an adjective, first you have to put as, second the adjective, and then to finish the comparison, as again. If you use um, the sentence in positive, is to say that something is equal, but if you use the sentence in negative, is to say they are different, right? When you use an adjective, like this one, you are going to use, if it's in negative, you are going to use the verb to be plus not. But if you are mentioning an action like do, swim, work, sing, you are going to use the auxiliary plus not. In this case, they are saying didn't because they are talking about the past. But if the sentence is in present, you are going to say doesn't or don't if you are saying, if you are talking about plural. Also here is to avoid repetition. When you don't want to repeat something that you mentioned in the sentence, you use a pronoun. And also here, when you don't want to repeat the action, so the only thing that you have to say is he does or she does, they do, we do, or a pronoun. Okay. As you see here, it's not common, as I said, because American people like to be very fluent. They like to speak very quick. So when you use this sentence, this long sentence is not common. But when you use this, it's more common. And even this is more common. Understand?
Teacher, a question.
Yes.
Oh
When the
yes.
synthesis impacts,
Uh-huh.
uh, I change do, but the second do for didn't. Did. Pardon.
Let me see. Wait. Are you talking about this sentence?
This
Maria
the
didn't.
same the same example. The same example. And
Okay.
no, in the last.
In the last. Ah, yeah, exactly. Let me give you that example in past then.
Okay.
She studied, right, in past as hard
Yes.
as he did. Okay.
Excellent.
And also, if you are going to talk about the future, she will study as hard as he will. Right. So we can use past, present, future. Okay. And that's it.
Teacher, yeah, I can I? I'm sorry. Can I
Uh-huh.
use but for example,
Uh-huh.
she will study as hard as he did.
Also, yeah, because you are saying that you are comparing that she's going to do the same as the other person did in the past. Okay.
Okay, excellent.
Excellent. Let me write that example too. She's studying, or she will study as hard as he did. Okay, so that means that in the future, she's going to do the same that the other person did in the past. Right. Do you have any other question about this grammar? Okay. Okay, so let's work with the other grammar then. Let me clear this. And let's see. Okay, this is the first grammar on unit 12. As you know, I like to work with the grammars in the presentation because the vocabulary, you can work with the vocabulary in your house. You can investigate the meaning, you can practice the meaning of any word. And it's better when I do the presentation only with the grammar because it's more difficult. So the first grammar we have here is modal verbs of necessity. So you remember what is a modal verb?
No, teacher.
Okay, modal verbs.
Teacher,
Yes? Who called me? Who's a teacher?
sorry, teacher. Sorry.
It's okay, no problem. So when we say modal verbs, okay, Ludi, don't worry. When we say modal verbs is, for example, can, could, might, may, can, could, might, may, would, could be another modal verb. So these are modal verbs, okay? But in this case, when we say modal verbs of necessity, let me do that line again. Modal verbs of necessity, we are saying must, have to, or have got to. This contraction is the same as this, have. Okay, we've got to. So this is to show a necessity that you have, something that you need to do. The examples you have here, you must show your ID to get on the plane. So you need, it's mandatory that you show your ID to get on the plane. You must go to the hospital. Maybe because I see that you are very bad, you are coughing or sneezing, I think you have coronavirus, so you must go to the hospital. Okay. I have to buy a backpack for my trip. Is a necessity, something that you have to do. We've got to get some cash. The difference here is that must is like stronger. When you say you must, that person cannot say, no, I am not. No, that person has to do that. But when you say have, it's like more like, how can I say that? It's like slight. It's like suave. Okay, soft. And also another thing is when we are talking about present tenses, present, we can use must, we can use have to, we can use have got to. But for past, we only can use had to. Okay, in present, we can use these three, but in past, only we are going to use this, had to. Okay, imagine that I say, you must go to the hospital. It's in present. But if I want to tell you, remind you that you, in the past I told you that, I have to say, you had to go to the hospital. Okay, you had to go to the hospital. And in the negative, as you see here, we only use this for the negative. I don't have to check, or I didn't. Right. In the negative, we don't use this, and we don't use this. Obviously, you are going to see some sentences like mustn't. But when you use this, it's not of necessity. Okay, we are not talking about necessity. We are talking about other things. In this grammar, the only negative is don't have or didn't have in past. Right. Okay, the first rule in this grammar says, you use must, have to, and have got to, plus the base form of a verb to say that something is necessary. I have to get money. I must go to the hospital. She must take an exam. She has to study to pass a test. Okay, necessity.
I have to eat more healthy.
Exactly. I have to eat more healthy. Right. I must be on diet. That is a necessity. In spoken and written English, have to is used most commonly. So normally when we are speaking, we say, you have to go to the medic. You have to be on diet. She has to do a test. Okay. Normally we use have to, but you can say she must take a test. She must go to the medic, but most more common is have to. Okay. Must is often used to talk about rules or laws. If I say, for example, you must speak English in class, that is a rule, right? You must wear casual clothes to go to the institute, that is a rule. You must stop in red light, that is a law. Okay, but common, when you have to say, you have to take an exam, you have to go to the medic, you have to eat more healthy, it's better when you use have and not must, because must is often to talk about rules or laws, something that is very strong. Okay, Luis, who is Luis? I don't remember any Luis.
Teacher,
Yes,
what is have go to?
have
Have
got
go
to. In Spanish, it's the same as debes or tienes. It's the same. When we say have got to, yeah, exactly. If I say I have to, it's the same as if I say I've got to. It's the same. It doesn't have any difference. It's the same.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
Hello, Luis. Luis. Luis, how are you? You don't have microphone, Luis, but you can write on the chat if you want. Okay. Nice to see you here. Okay, the last rule says only have to can be used in the negative or to talk about things that were necessary in the past. Okay, the same thing I said here. Only have to can be used in the past or in the negative, like these two sentences. Right. Okay, do you have any question about this grammar?
No, teacher, very clean.
Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
do you send the videos,
Yeah.
this grammar?
Yes, I am going to
Okay,
send the videos.
perfect.
Excellent.
Okay, okay.
Okay, this grammar is very simple. It's simple. The only thing, as I always say, that you have to make examples, write examples, practice, read the rules, and that's it. You are going to learn that. Okay. I am going to send this video and also other videos explaining, giving more explanation about this grammar. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. So if you don't have any more questions, let me show you the second grammar of Unit 12. So here you have present perfect, indefinite time. So last week we saw present perfect. Do you remember what is the difference between present perfect and simple past?
Can I say that in Spanish?
Well, okay.
Well, a mi entender, el pasado simple es algo que tú hiciste y el presente perfecto es algo que tú hiciste pero sigues haciendo.
Well, could be exactly. Something that you finished in the past is simple past, And present perfect, something that you did in the past, but you continue doing that. So imagine that doesn't mean, for example, if I say, I have gone to Italy, that doesn't mean that I am in Italy, but maybe I am going to come back to Italy again. Understand? Another thing that I could say, yesterday I ate pizza. The pizza is finished. But if I say, I have eaten pizza, that means that I eat pizza in the past, and in the future or in the present, I am going to eat pizza again. Okay. Okay, this grammar says, present perfect indefinite time versus simple past. Obviously, we say, yes.
What? Bueno, you will explain that.
No, but it's okay. If you have any question, just let me know. Huh?
The difference.
The difference between present perfect and simple past?
Yes.
Okay. The present perfect is something that you did in the past, but it's not, the time is not specific. And also, maybe you are going to do the same in the future. And simple past is something that you did in the past in a specific time, and maybe you are not going to do that again because it's finished in the past. Okay. For example, if I say, if in the sentence I have yesterday, last week, on January 24th, that is a specific, so I have to use simple past. When I use present perfect, I cannot use yesterday, I cannot say last week, I cannot mention any specific date, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
I understand.
Exactly. So here you have two examples. I've been to Korea, present perfect. I've been to Korea, and he's booked his flight. In these cases, we are using present perfect to indicate that something happened in the past, but maybe when that happened in the past is not important because we don't say when specific that happened, okay? But when we say indefinite time, we normally use, for example, in the question, have you ever been to Brazil? That is indefinite. ¿Alguna vez? Okay, when we say, ¿alguna vez has estado en Brasil? So I am not asking you if yesterday you went to Brazil. I am not asking you if last year you went to Brazil. So indefinite time means this. ¿Alguna vez? Have you ever been to Brazil? Have you ever eaten pizza? Have you ever seen that movie? Okay, indefinite time. So to answer this question, we can use, this is a long form. Yes, I have. You are giving a specific answer. When that happened. As you see here, I am using simple past. Yes, I have. Sí, lo he hecho. I was there last year. So it's a combination of present perfect and simple past. But it's not the same sentence, okay? Because we have a point here. So this is sentence number 1, sentence number 2. Yes, I have. I was there last year. Or another example could be, have you ever eaten pizza? Yes, I have. Yesterday, I ate a pizza. Okay, I am being specific in that case. The other normal answers are, no, I haven't, or yes, I have, simple like that. Or no, I've never been there. That could be another answer. I've never been there. No, I've never eaten pizza. No, I've never seen that movie. Okay. The second examples.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is why there put I've never been there? Why this word, please?
Which one? Been.
The negative.
Yeah, but
There.
You heard me, teacher?
yes, I hear you. The word that you don't know is been, you say, or what word that you don't know? Okay, I am going to explain that answer anyway. I've never been there. Okay, as you know, somebody's writing. Cecilia, maybe it's your microphone, Cecilia. Can you hear me now, Cecilia? Bueno, let me wait. Okay. When we say I've never been there, Cecilia is entering again. When we say I've never, let me wait for Cecilia. Give me a second, okay? Cecilia, can you hear me now?
Yes, teacher, yes.
Okay.
No.
The word that you don't understand, what is the word that you don't understand, Cecilia? Okay, I think she has a problem with the microphone. Anyway, I've never been there. As you know, when we use the present perfect, the verb that we use has to be in past participle. So been is the past participle of the verb be. So to indicate that we have never gone to a place, that nunca he estado allá, so that is the same. I've never been there. Nunca he estado ahí. Okay. The second example, let me clear this. The second example is, he's booked his flight. Here you have a contraction. This is not the verb to be. The long form of this example is, he has booked his flight. This is the structure of the present perfect. The subject, the auxiliary, the verb in past participle, and then the rest of the sentence. He has booked his flight, or he's booked his flight. Have you packed yet? So the definition of this, yet, and this, can you tell me what is the definition of these two words in Spanish, if you know?
Stephanie Kaila, teacher.
Stephanie.
Todavía, como que todavía tú no la has hecho.
Exactly. Okay. So when you say, have you packed yet? In this case, in the question, it's like, ya empacaste, o has empacado, ya. In the question, let me clarify that. In the question, yet means ya. In a negative sentences, yet, in a negative sentence, yet means aún or todavía. Okay. Already. What is the definition of already?
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And it is used only in positive sentences. Okay. When you use yet in a question means ya. Ya empacaste. Ya has empacado. In a negative sentence, yet means aún. No, I haven't packed yet. No, aún no he empacado. Already is only for positive sentences, and it means ya. Yes, I have already packed. I've packed already. Ya empaqué, ya he empacado. Understand? So you have you need to have this clear. Any questions so far?
Teacher, but this grammar is the same, the past grammar in present
Exactly.
perfect.
It's the same grammar. Okay, it's the same grammar. That is why I'm doing this like a little short, because it's the same grammar. So it's nothing new. The only thing that you see here that is new is yet and already. Or in the question, have you ever been to Brazil? But when we say have you ever is optional, because you can say, have you been to Brazil? Have you ever been to Brazil is optional, right? I have never been there. Or no, I haven't. So the only things that you maybe can say that are new is ever, never, yet, and already. The only things. And here in the rules, the same as I explained, have you ever visited Brazil? Yes, I visited, simple past, because I am mentioning when I went. So it is specific. We have to use simple past. Yes, I was there 2 years ago, because it's a specific also. Simple past, specific. The question is in present perfect, but the answer is in simple past, because they say when they went to that place. Understand?
Understand.
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No.
Okay. So the first homework for you will be to practice this grammar and do the exercises. For example, let me check something. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me clear. Let me clean. Let me stop sharing. In your books, let me see what page are this grammar. Let me see. I cannot see the pages. Vamos a ver si la encuentro. Give me a second to tell you which activities you are going to do. Okay.
217, teacher.
217.
Yes.
Okay. That is the unit 12 only, ¿verdad?
Yes. And
217?
the finish on the book.
Okay. Let me see. Give me a second, because this is very slow. The first activity will be on page 217. Wait. Okay. The activity A on page 217, that is the first grammar. And on page 218, activities A, B, C. Okay, that is the first homework because tomorrow I am going to send, maybe tonight, I am going to send you more homeworks, but not for today. Okay, so to be clear, activity A on page 217, activities A, B, C on pages 218. And later tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning, I am going to send you more activities to practice. Maybe tomorrow we are not going to have Zoom because I am going to send you practices and review. Okay. And on
Teacher,
Friday, yeah,
send
the video.
the page. No, the page.
In the group. Okay. Okay, no
yes,
problem.
please.
Okay. Okay, so people, we finished for today. Remember, I am going to send you this homework and more activities. Tomorrow we don't have Zoom because you are going to practice to do activities. And on Friday we have Zoom again, the same time, 2:30, something like that. Okay. So
Yes,
Excellent.
teacher.
excellent. So we finished for today. See you tomorrow. Then. Take care.
See you on Friday.
If
See you,
God
teacher.
will. Bye-bye. Take care.